Oh, how are you?
Is this another fellow member? Hello.
Danny.
So, Bob, I'd like you to meet Raquel Stevens, my girlfriend from Victoria.
Oh, we've got more friends. Hello. Do you want to come and join us?
And I was just basically cruising around golf courses asking where they had women's golf. And I came here and then I met a lady in the car park as I was leaving, and she said to me, "Are you a new member?" And I said, "No, I'm thinking of joining." And she said, "Please join, we'd love to have you." And that's why I joined Monash.
Hi everyone, we have thousands of community members here at Golf Journeys, but only a small handful of you are actual subscribers. So I would love to ask you a huge favour and see if you could possibly subscribe to this channel. It would mean a tremendous amount to us. It's free and it's actually simple. I would love to come and spend the day with you at your favourite course, so if you could possibly subscribe today, and I'll see you very soon. Hi Maree.
Hello Raquel, how are you doing?
I'm very well on this glorious
Fabulous, isn't it? Beautiful Sydney day.
Yeah.
For us. Better than the rain we'd had last year, isn't it?
And it was a little. Welcome to Tea Time with Golf Journeys. So usually you're on tour with us, but this time we've decided to flip it, and I'm visiting you and to see where one of our Golf Journeys members hangs out during the week. And we're here at the magnificent Monash Country Club, which sits high in the hills above Sydney's northern beaches. Absolutely spectacular. And how lucky are you to hang out here
I know.
every single week?
I know, it's just beautiful. I've got the best of both worlds. I've got this lovely bush outlook, and then I can see the beach in the distance or the sea in the distance. So it's just beautiful, lovely. Yeah.
So what is it about this course that attracted you?
The story is quite funny because I came to golf as a non-golfer. So I didn't play golf, I didn't know anyone who played golf, and I was just basically cruising around golf courses asking where they had women's golf. And I came here and the girls in the reception were so friendly and lovely. And then I met a lady in the car park as I was leaving, and she said to me, "Are you a new member?" And I said, "No, I'm thinking of joining." And she said, "Please join, we'd love to have you." And that's why I joined Monash. So,
Right.
did you know anyone?
You didn't know anyone here?
Didn't know a soul, and I joined.
Oh my goodness. It was a match made in heaven.
It was a
really.
big step. It was a big step because you have to have a reference to get into the club. You have to know people within the club. So I had to do a lot of personal references, to be accepted. But it's been wonderful.
Tell me a little bit more about the club and the course. And
What I like most about Monash is the history of Monash, in that Monash was created by a group of very dedicated golfers who were excluded in the 40s from playing golf anywhere. They were Jewish, so they were excluded from any golf course. So to cope with that, they acquired the land and then cleared the land and created a 9-hole golf course. And we still have members here who are descendants of those original families who tell the story of walking along the fairways, picking up the rocks while mum and dad played golf. And that's what I like. It is an inclusive golf club. There's every race, colour, creed here. There's no prejudice. There's no one not welcome. So for me, that's what I like about Monash, is that history. It's a very deep, rich history. The other thing I like is I'm only 7 minutes away from the golf course, so I'm very spoiled.
I know you've got the best of both worlds, haven't you?
I know.
And so how did your love affair with golf actually begin?
It all started with my brother. Sadly, I was widowed, and my brother thought it would be a good idea for me to take up a sport. As I was not a sports person, I've never played a sport before, and he's the avid golfer. And he suggested I take up golf because I would meet other women and enjoy it, and he recommended that I join a good golf club. And I left home when I was 20 and he was 17. So we've sort of been apart all those years, so it's been lovely to come back. We've always kept in touch, of course, but it's been lovely to come back together and be as two single people enjoying a common sport. And it's proved to be quite wonderful because he and I travel together, we go overseas together playing golf, we meet every 6 months, and the the central theme is golf, and it's just wonderful. So I blame it all on my brother. Yeah.
And it is lovely because, as you mentioned before, you're a widow, and so the combination, or finding golf. Have you found that it's a void?
Absolutely, yes. I think when you're alone, you need some reason to get up every day. So golf is diarised twice in my diary. I get up earlier on that day than any other day, just to get to golf because I love it so much. It's become quite an addiction.
And not only that I think golf, the addiction, but there's something about the social connection. You can play anywhere, anytime with people, and I feel like it just removes any kind of messiness from your headspace.
Oh, it does. It's wonderful to be able to play with people who are much better than you, and it doesn't matter. The handicap system works so beautifully. And as you walk around the course and start talking to different people, you come to realise you have so much in common, and you have interesting stories to share, and someone will help you with a problem you have with your golf game, and it's very nice. I really enjoy that aspect of golf, that social aspect of golf.
I think one of the best parts about golf is you get to travel.
The travel is, we love to
travel. And so Golf Journeys. Now, you are one of our members of the Golf Journeys family. So tell me about your first trip.
My first trip was to the Hunter, and I saw Golf Journeys advertised on Facebook. I just thought, Hunter Valley, close, I can drive there, I'll get there quickly. And the courses were very wet. We'd had an awful lot of rain, so they weren't the best conditions. But the whole days, every day was beautifully planned. The courses we played at were magnificent, and modifications were made for us because of the conditions. People were wonderful, and Mark had set up such a fabulous itinerary for us to go to beautiful restaurants. There was nothing that wasn't covered. Mark covered everything, and particularly for a single woman, I felt very safe and very comfortable. There were 4 other single women on that first tour, and we all made the same comments that we felt very safe and very secure travelling by ourselves, apart from the fact we had fabulous time with like-minded people. So that was my first one. It wasn't the last. I've been on many.
So I was very lucky that I met you on my first Golf Journeys trip on the Gold Coast. It was just it was interesting. We had 10 women. We didn't know each other, and we just connected, didn't we? Like, it was very special.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, the connections between the women it was very, very special. I agree with you. And we all came from different backgrounds, different states, and we've all connected again. There are 4 of us who meet annually now, and we learnt so much too in that workshop, and the friendships were cemented even further, and that we were encouraging each other, and we could see the improvements in each of our games.
And the fact that it's taken us to other places as well. We were in Perth recently. We're going to Kenya very shortly. So what other trips have you been on?
Oh, with Golf Journeys. So then I went to King Island, which was windy and wet and rugged, but wonderful. And then we did Tasmania, Barnbougle, and that was an amazing trip. Last year, my brother and I went to Vietnam together with Mark, and about 2 or 3 days into the journey, my brother said to me that he wanted to do another trip with Mark. So when Mark mentioned that Kenya was coming up, my brother put his hand up instantly. So we're off to Kenya in about 6 weeks' time, aren't we?
I know. I'm thinking, I see all those pictures of like the giraffes on the fairways, and it's just going to blow us away.
It'll be amazing.
We cannot wait. I think we're going to come back, like we talk about connection and going away on holidays. Like, I know that when I went away with you to the Gold Coast, but I think there's going to be something very special in Kenya that that group will bond, and I think it will just take it to the next level, really, won't it?
Yes. And interestingly, there are, I think, 6 or 7 people who were in Vietnam.
Really? So there's nothing on that trip?
Yes, there's one of the women who was going was on the Tasmanian trip as well. So it's repeat offenders.
Poor Mark. Now, so tell me, when you're not on the golf course, where can we find you?
Oh, at my sewing machine.
Okay.
I'm an avid sewer.
Quilter?
Yes, I make quilts, so I love sewing. I'm a hand quilter, so I'll work on the machine, but then I'll sit down for hours doing handwork. So that's my love. I make quilts endlessly.
And so how did that, from your childhood, how were you introduced into sewing? Because it's something I think it's almost a bit like golf.
Yes.
It's meticulous, it's measured, isn't it?
Very, very. So I've always been into crafting. I've always knitted. I've sewn as a child, at high school. That was part of the curriculum. So I've always been involved with something. And then when we moved to Sydney in 1981, I decided to do a patchwork class because it would give me something to do. I didn't know it was going to take over my life. So every other craft that I had been doing was dropped and patchwork became the obsession. And that's 44 years ago and I haven't stopped.
And so when it comes to golf, what parts of your game do you love, do you hate? Like, what are we going to do out there today?
I just like the whole process, I think. Chipping is probably the worst part of my game. I do enjoy putting, but I just enjoy the whole thing. I'm not a long hitter. I'm just an average, everyday golfer who just enjoys the experience. So there's nothing special about my game.
Well, isn't that part? It's all about having fun.
Absolutely.
Putting your worries aside and just enjoying it. Yeah. So if you could go out, if you could take someone out today, apart from me, I'm very privileged today, but who would you like to play a round of golf with? Is there somebody?
It's an interesting question because I don't know. I think you'd have to go with someone like Tiger Woods. That'd be a dream come true. Although my girlfriend's brother-in-law is Peter O'Malley, so I quite like a game with Peter O'Malley. That would be nice.
And I think it's those little bits of advice that you get along the way. So can you tell me the Ernie Els story again?
Oh, that was told to me. So it was with your backswing. So Ernie is long backswing and Els is a shorter forward swing. So I do the same with a lady here. She's Japanese and it's fu mi.
And what's yours is Ernie?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go out and do some Ernie Els today.
Yes, we'll try.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So tell me about your favourite hole. Which is your favourite hole?
I think my favourite hole is 7. It's a nice downhill run. You get a nice run from the hill, and we've got the dam on the left-hand side, and thankfully I never hit into the dam. Well, I could today. But yeah, I like that because you can get a bit of distance.
And what's your least favourite hole?
Oh, that's very easy. That is number 14, and as we drive now, it's on the right-hand side, and there's got the huge dam there, and I've lost so many balls in that hole, or that dam. Dam.
What's your favourite shot?
I love using my 3-wood, I confess. I really like that. So anything on the fairway with the 3-wood, I really enjoy that.
I was reading somewhere the other day that they said, if the most versatile club in the bag is your 7-wood and a 4 hybrid. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I use my hybrid, my 4, and I used to use my 5 and 7 wood all the time until I got the 3-wood. And then
your 3-wood, that phase.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. But as I said, I'm not a long hitter, so I think it's questionable that there's any difference in distance with any of the clubs sometimes. But I do hit a little bit further with the 3-wood.
It's very beautiful here.
Yes, we're coming up the hill now. We're coming up past the 17th, and the tee-off zone is up here. So when you turn around and look, you've got a beautiful view of the clubhouse. Gorgeous. It's very pretty, isn't it? I'm always proud to bring a visitor to Monash because it is so pretty. Yeah, I'm very proud of this club.
Yeah. That's what I love. I played at Palm Beach yesterday.
Ah, yes. I'm sorry I couldn't join you.
Yeah, it was so glorious. But I played with this young 13-year-old boy who he just said, I just love it. I wake up, all I want to do is play. I go to bed, all I think about is when I can play again.
Oh, really?
And he said, and all I want is a membership. And I said, oh, well, maybe you should speak to your parents about getting a membership. His name was Jethro. And when we finished the round, I said to him, you know what, Jethro? When you're famous, I'm going to remember this moment that I played a round with Jethro. And I didn't get his last name. So I just had to, yeah, it was sweet.
Oh, yeah, nice of you too.
If I had a superpower.
Oh, If I had a superpower, I think I'd want to hit straighter with golf and longer. I'd love to hit a long shot. That would be amazing.
Do you have a favourite movie?
No, not really. No, I watch anything and everything, sadly.
And what about a song? Is there anything that...
This comes back from the very early 70s. Lay, lady, lay, lay on my big brass bed. I love that song.
What's the best part of golf?
The friendships you make and the enjoyment of just having a lovely few hours out in the fresh air with like-minded people.
Now, what's been your favourite Golf Journeys tour?
Well, Vietnam. But I've loved everyone that I've done, and I'm sure Kenya is going to top it as well. But Vietnam was outstanding. It was just a great tour. Thoroughly recommended.
Any thoughts on Kenya? What's going to be? What are we going to get up to?
Oh, this is going to be so exciting. I'm very much looking forward to the golf. I'm very much looking forward to the migration, seeing animals and things, but I'm particularly interested in the cultural immersion experiences that we're going to have. And I'm really interested in meeting people and seeing other lifestyles, I think.
If you were a newbie, someone thinking of taking up golf, because it's quite intimidating. I think I spent 6 months at the driving range before I was game enough to go out and have a days. So what would your advice to be to people thinking of taking up golf?
I think it would be easier if you had a friend who was there who could guide you and tell you what to do and what not to do. I think that would be good. And I think the best advice was what my brother gave me is join a good club, and then you'll come to enjoy it. I think if you have lovely fairways and things, you become very spoiled. But it makes the whole experience much nicer. Oh, how are you?
Is this another fellow member? Hello.
And give it.
How's it tell him a shot and say hello? Come and sit here.
Bob, I'd like you to meet Raquel Stevens, my girlfriend from Victoria, and she's doing a little filming on a bad golf player. She chose me particularly.
Okay.
It was a good choice, wasn't
More follow Maree, and also at this divine, glorious...
It's a lovely course.
What do you love so much about the course?
What do I love so much about the course?
Oh, we've got more friends. No, they're going to come and join us.
It is suiting. Yeah, well, don't this you want. This is hard, mate. It's rewarding when you play well.
Yes, it is magnificent.
Yeah, that's a very good statement, rewarding when you play well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Maree, thank you so much for having me here at Monash. We've had the best day. We've had lots of laughs. And I can't wait for Kenya. How about you?
No, I'm like you. I can't wait to get over there. It's going to be fantastic. And it's been an absolute pleasure to share Monash with you today. Please come again.